Let's talk about forward folding. Now, there is a time to sometimes slump in yoga, but usually when we forward fold, especially from a standing position, we hinge from the hips, keeping a long spine and a flat back. So you can do this feet together or feet apart. Sometimes having feet hip width apart gives you a little more stability. And I like to put my hands right on my hip bones. You should be able to find them if you wiggle around a little bit. And imagine that your hands are pushing your hips back in space. Now, eventually you might want to work toward doing this without sticking your hips way back, but this is a great place to start. So we push our hips back, keeping our legs straight, engage the kneecaps so they come up just slightly. Suck the belly and the core in, and imagine that your chest is this beautiful light shining out into the world for all to see, and your chest is what's shining forward, right? Chest leads the way. So as I push my hips back gently, my chest is still reaching forward, and as it reaches forward, it starts to come down. Already right here, I feel a stretch in my hamstrings. So when you're told to forward fold, don't feel like you have to touch your toes. All that the teacher wants you to do is probably just get a good stretch. So anyway, we hinge from the hips, chest leads the way, shoulders roll back and down, and I tuck my chin slightly so that I stay in that long straight line. The crown of my head is pointed forward, my tailbone is pointed back, and I fold, keep folding. Ooh, I feel it in my legs, and it's all right to bend your legs a little bit here. Maybe go back and forth, or maybe just take a deep bend, because even right here, I still feel the stretch. And then probably you'll be asked, after you forward fold, you'll be asked to lift halfway. Now, if you're super flexible, you could put your hands underground and still halfway lift. That's not most of us. So for most of us, we're gonna put our hands on our shins, or maybe on our thighs. So after you fold it, hands come to a comfortable place, and then you come back up halfway. So now you're in kind of an L shape. So if I sat a glass of water on your back, it would not tip over, right? So let's see the whole thing again, right? We're standing tall, take a deep breath in, long through the spine, hands come to hip creases, and on the exhale, I push my hips back, chest forward, tuck the chin slightly, long spine, and come down in a forward fold as far as I can. Legs can be slightly bent. And then we inhale up for a halfway lift. Long spine, sucking the belly in just slightly. And that's our forward fold and halfway lift.